Kevin in Mill Creek, Washington writes to me and he says, Paul, first, thanks for the audiophiles guide. Why, my pleasure, sir. I've been spending years moving my speakers around without understanding what each movement does. It's so much more fun now because each manipulation finally makes sense to me. You know, that just makes me feel really good because that's what I was hoping for. I mean, there's all this misinformation, accumulated knowledge that sort of works and sort of doesn't. You know, let's try and figure it all out. So thank you for that. It's been a real quality of life improvement for this obsessive adjuster. Obsessive adjuster. You just defined an audiophile. And me. Which is why I wrote the book. So thank you. Anyway, my question is regarding equipment racks versus stacking pieces. A decent rack seems to be so darned expensive. Any advice on other options such as stacking equipment? Well, in our older reference room when we were in the building across the street, we put everything in a rack. And that just seemed to be the right thing to do. Honestly, I wish we hadn't done that. Aside from being a pain in the butt and expensive, and God help you if you want to change something, I think from any number of aspects, a shelf and stacking is the best way to go. Now, if to be perfect, don't stack, just get a shelf, but skip the rack. Now, I stack some stuff, but this is because this is a new PST and this is an older DMP. We do a lot of comparisons for a whole bunch of different reasons. Normally, if this is my reference system, geez, it is my reference system, but it's also a working system, and we are a company that, we got to do stuff. But generally speaking, I would prefer not to stack. I would prefer to have shelves, and just, sturdy shelves are great. And then you want to be able to put, if you can, Isotech makes some great feet. I don't actually use those anymore. I've done experiments. I'll bet this whole system could take a step up if I did that. But one of the things we try and accomplish here is let's make this system sound great by virtue of the components and the designs within the systems. And if we need to have extra stuff to make it work better, then maybe we should build those things into our products. So that's why I kind of don't do that here. I don't put those isofeets and sorbethane and all that on there, simply because I want this to stand on its own as a perfect system, or as perfect as we can get it. But that's just me. I mean, if I had bought this system, and if this were in my home and this is it, yeah, I'd put isopucks under all of this stuff because it would sound better. And I hope that makes sense why we don't, because we're trying to have it on its own. I don't want to say, listen how this sounds great, and you have to buy isopucks to make it do that. Now, this should stand on its own, and it does. So, all right. Thanks for the question. I'll talk to you later.